Welcome, dear listener. This is not just a story about books or classrooms. It is a story about choices, courage, and the power of knowledge. As you listen, you may see parts of yourself in it. So open your mind, stay curious, and let's begin this journey together. In a quiet town called Rivermark, people live simple lives. The days passed in routine: wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. No one complained loudly, but no one dreamed loudly either. Rivermark had schools, but learning there was treated like a burden, not a gift. Students memorized answers only to forget them after exams. Books were seen as heavy objects, not doors to new worlds. If you asked someone, "Why is the sky blue?" they would reply, "It just is." If you asked, "Why do some people succeed while others struggle?" they'd shrug and say, "Luck." Questions were everywhere, but curiosity was missing, and that's where Ayan grew up. Ayan was 17, old enough to feel confused, young enough to feel hopeful. He wasn't the smartest student, he wasn't the fastest runner, he wasn't the loudest voice in the room, but he had one thing that refused to stay quiet inside him: questions. Why do people accept things without understanding them? Why do some families stay trapped in poverty for generations? Why does education feel boring when knowledge feels powerful? But every time Ayan asked questions in class, he was told, "Don't overthink. Just study what's in the syllabus. This won't come in the exam." Slowly, fear replaced curiosity. Fear of looking stupid, fear of being different, fear of failing. And fear is dangerous because fear kills the desire to learn. One afternoon, Rivermark faced a crisis. A new company arrived, promising jobs and development. The town elders signed papers they didn't understand. The people celebrated. Months later, the river was polluted, crops failed, jobs disappeared, the company vanished. People protested, they cried, they blamed fate. But one truth stood silent. They didn't read, they didn't ask, they didn't know. Ignorance didn't just delay progress, it destroyed lives. That night, Ayan sat by the river, watching polluted water flow past his feet. He whispered to himself, "If knowledge is power, then ignorance is danger." Behind the old bus stop was a forgotten building, a library no one visited anymore. Inside, Ayan met Mr. Rahim, an elderly man with calm eyes and dusty hands. "You're the first visitor in weeks," Mr. Rahim smiled. Ayan asked, "Why does no one come here?" Mr. Rahim replied gently, "Because knowledge requires effort, and effort scares people." That day changed everything. Mr. Rahim didn't just give Ayan books, he gave him direction. Knowledge, he said, is not about marks, it's about understanding life. Ayan decided to learn, not for exams, not for praise, but for himself. But it wasn't easy. His phone tempted him. His friends laughed at him. His mind wandered. His confidence shook. Some days he read one page 10 times and still didn't understand. Frustration whispered, "Give up." But Mr. Rahim warned him, the first enemy of knowledge is impatience. So Ayan learned something more important than facts. Consistency beats talent. Even 30 minutes a day mattered. Slowly, changes appeared. Ayan began to think before believing rumors, question fake news, understand people's emotions, solve problems instead of complaining. He realized something powerful. Knowledge doesn't just fill your brain, it sharpens your character. His words became clearer. His confidence grew quietly. His fear of failure reduced. He wasn't perfect, but he was aware. Ayan's friend Rashid dropped out of school early. "Why waste time studying?" Rashid said. "I'll figure life out." Years later, Rashid struggled. He was cheated in business deals. He believed false promises. He repeated the same mistakes, not because he lacked effort, but because he lacked understanding. Ayan realized ignorance doesn't protect you. It exposes you. It limits your choices. Knowledge gives options. Ignorance takes them away. Ayan didn't keep knowledge to himself. He started helping younger students with studies. Neighbors understand contracts. Friends choose better paths. He explained things simply. People listened, and something beautiful happened. Knowledge multiplied when shared. Mr. Rahim smiled one day and said, "Now you understand the true purpose of learning, not success but service." Ayan faced many obstacles, and so will you. Let's pause here and ask you, have you ever felt too tired to study? Have you felt I'm not smart enough? Have distractions stolen your focus? These challenges are real. Here's how Ayan learned. Here's how Ayan learned to cope, and how you can too. Replace self-doubt. I can't with I'm learning. Be your own supporter first. Control your environment before it controls you. Failure is not proof of inability. It's proof of effort. Years later, Ayan returned to Rivermark, not as a hero, but as a guide. He helped rebuild better education programs, awareness sessions, skill workshops. The town slowly changed. People began asking questions again. Children learned to think, not just memorize. And Rivermark finally understood. A society grows not by buildings, but by minds. Ayan once lived in a town where questions slept. You don't have to. Read, ask, learn, fail, try again. Because the moment you choose knowledge, life doesn't just change, it opens. Knowledge is not something meant only for the intelligent or the lucky. It belongs to everyone who is willing to try. Every effort to learn, no matter how small, shapes your future and strengthens your society. And when knowledge walks with purpose, society follows. Thank you.